right. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim HaRachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Honors and salutations to the elect. And to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because they shall arise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he's come and deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. My name is Maka Allah Ben Gab Ben Yasharala with the Church of Philadelphia camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, coming back at you with another one. All right, and I found this article talking about what's the oldest language still spoken today. All right, so I got a scripture right here. Zephaniah 3 and 9. All right. It says, "For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him with one consent, Salakia." All right, so I'm gonna read that again. All right, it says, "For then," Zephaniah 3 and 9, "For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him with one consent." All right, so let's go to this article now. First and foremost, let's go to the top of it, which it says, what do we have here? Salakia. All right, so we have, it says, what is the oldest language still spoken today? All right, and obviously it's the Paleo Hebrew because we're still speaking it. All right, which that's the first language. All right, not that Yiddish stuff over there, which is going to get into in the article. So I'm going to just hop right into it. It says, spoken words do not leave physical footsteps. Salakia, physical footstep on the world. So taking the origins of human language can be a tricky business. Language is also in a constant state of flux, with words and their meanings transforming and changing with every generation. See, the Lord is an unchanging power, and he's never changes. So that's why I said in Zephaniah that he has to take us back to a pure tongue, because it's all this, like, if you was a man in the streets and you used to sell drugs or whatever, and you cooked up things, you was cooking all the bullshit off till it got to a pure form, man. You know, so that's basically, you got to shave off the impurities to get to the pure form of a language, man. All right, which it'll take you to look up the etymology of a word. You get the Latin first, the Greek, then the Hebrew, man, which is the purest form of anything, any words. All right, that's the language of that Yahweh speaks, and Yahweh Shai. Okay, so it says all right, it says it says, as such, it would be missing the point to single out one language as the oldest in the world. See, here they go to being the devil. That said, there are a number of languages from ancient times which are still spoken today, and they all illuminate a fascinating part of the human history. The first one we have is Hebrew. All right, we're still going backwards, but check it out. Now, it's the purest form right here. But it says Hebrew is the sacred language of the Jewish scripture that over 3,000 years old. That's over 3,000 years old, with every form of the language appearing in text around 12,000 BCE, which BCE is before Common Era, not before Christ. All right, which Christians be saying it's before Common Era, and the Catholics know that. It says it was all right. It was first used only by religious scholars, but it eventually became the everyday language of the ancient Israelites. You see that? It says, but it eventually became the everyday language of the ancient Israelites. And that's why we just read what? Out of the text. Was that the scriptures, man? Which the Lord said in Zephaniah, he's going to return us to a pure language, which is the Paleo Hebrew. All right, it says, by around 400 CE, Hebrew ceased to be a regular spoken language, and it was very nearly became a dead language because we were scattered around. You know, we started, wherever we went to, we started speaking their languages, you know. So we had to, I got a book on this stuff. All right, but I'm going to just read this article. It says, however, the rise of Zionism in the modern era ensued a resurgence of the language, and it's now spoken by 9 million people, but notably in Israel, where it's original, where it's official, where it's the official language. Why? Because that's our language. It says, now check this out. Modern day Hebrew is different from the biblical version. See that? Because they're speaking Assyrian Hebrew. We speak Paleo. The scriptures were written in Paleo Hebrew. All right. It says modern Hebrew is different from the biblical version, uh, as you might expect after thousands of years. But it's possible to find direct threads between the two.